So how can you work on your marriage without knowing what you're doing? So for you to have a successful relationship and marriage, you must know what you're doing, and also you must be able to build a well structured model for your relationship to work. For those who don't know me, my name's Faith Jogu. I'm a relationship coach, and I help people navigate through relationships. I help them be able to work on their relationship until they reach to blissful stage. So we said yesterday that many people or many relationships are suffering because people do not know that they are in a certain stage of their marriage and then don't know how to move out of that stage. And for you to be able to move out of the power struggle stage, which is the second stage in your relationship, you must understand which model are you in. That is the blueprint of your relationship. Your model is the blueprint of your relationship. So, for you to be able to have that successful relationship, you must have or you must be able to know where you are in this relationship. So, there we go. Let me share my screen. So you're going to have a personalized structure for your successful relationship. For you to succeed, you must have a structure. Okay. And for you to win and enjoy a sweet romantic relationship and marriage, you must have a structure well tailored for your specific needs in that marriage. Why do I say needs? It's because in the power struggle stage, we feel as if our needs are not met. We feel as if now this in this marriage that I am in, my needs are not well met. I am not loved. You in the power struggle stage, you feel as if you want your independent back. You feel as if now you want to run away from it. So for you to be able to work out your relationship well, you must have that structure that have your specific needs met in your marriage. And to build a structure that will lead to a successful relationship and marriage, you must understand that there are different models of marriage. So never copy another person's marriage. Why? Because their model is so different from your model. Everybody have their own model. So never ever copy someone else's marriage. Okay. So for you to be able to have that successful, spicy, and exciting relationship, you have to know what model you are in. So we have 5 models, which are biblical models, and this is what I am going to teach you today, so that you understand in which model am I in and how am I going to work this model until I attain that successful relationship that I really want. So model number 1 is Adam's model. Adam's model is about compatibility and a helper. Going back to the story of creation in Genesis chapter 1 and 2, you can remember that God created Adam, or the man, and after placing him in the Garden of Eden and giving him some work to do to cultivate the Garden of Eden, he realized that this man is lonely. And God was like, oh no, it is not good for the man to live alone. So, for the first time, God said that it is not alone. And therefore, He wanted to bring a solution to the problem of loneliness. He did not want this person that He created with a lot of love to be lonely. And therefore, thinking of the solution, He made this man lie or sleep and removed a rib that he created a woman from that rib. And when this man woke up, he was like, wow, this is the flesh of my flesh. He was like, wow, this is the bones of my bones. So Adam's model was about, all is about compatibility and I'll help her, because Eve being from Adam, Adam could feel that this is part of me, so we are compatible. And when God was creating a solution for this man, he created a helper. And being a helper, it means that you are not inferior, but you are at par with your partner, such that you can be able to do whatever your partner is doing. Okay, so that is model number one. Model number two is about Isaac's model. Okay, Isaac's model is about bloodline continuation, and Isaac, being the son of Abraham, he had no choice. He did not choose. So many people in today's marriages and relationships have been marrying because they want to continue their generation. They want to continue their bloodline. Yeah. So if we look at the way Isaac was given a wife, Abraham called his servant, and he was like, he told his servant, go to the land where we came from and bring my son a wife from there. So what Abraham wanted at that time was bloodline continuation, and we have seen that a lot in our today's relationships and marriages, where people are saying, oh, I want to marry from that family. That's our that family is from our clan. Or I want to marry because that family have kids who are very bright. So you are marrying not because you want a helper, or not because you're compatible, but bloodline continuation. So that is model number two. Model number three, it's about Jacob's marriage, Jacob's model. After Isaac married, uh, he had Jacob and Esau as his sons. And when the time came for Isaac to bless his children, uh, Esau had already sold his birthright. So Jacob was blessed instead. And it brought a lot of enmity between Jacob and Esau. So Jacob had to run away from his father's house. And when he went to Laban's house, he became a shepherd there. And he saw a beautiful girl that he wanted to marry. So wanting to marry that girl, she was to work for 7 years. And Jacob worked for 7 years. And after 7 years, he was given the wrong girl. He was given Leah instead of Rachel. And since he loved Rachel so much, he had to go back again and work for another 7 years. So the cost of love for Jacob and Rachel was 14 years, meaning that if you are in Jacob's model is about companionship and love. Yeah, those who married because of companionship and love, that is Jacob's model. And in Jacob's model, there is a lot of cost. You can imagine working for 14 years for you to get a wife. You can imagine what you'll go through. So if you are in that model, of Jacob, where you want love and companionship, remember you have to do some things. Remember you have to pay the cost. You have to pay the price. Okay. So model number four is Esau's model. Esau's model. After Jacob was blessed instead of Esau, Esau became mentally ill. Like today, we have so many people who are mentally ill. So Esau became mentally ill, and he was running after Jacob, and he wanted to kill Jacob, his brother, because of the blessing that Jacob got from their father. And when Esau couldn't get Jacob, he went out and started marrying those who made him happy. So Esau's model is about fancy and trophy. He married, the Bible records that Esau married for wives. Esau did not marry because he wanted a helper. He did not marry because he wanted companionship. He did not even marry because he wanted someone who is compatible. He married trophy wives. He married for fancy because he wanted someone to make him happy and someone who will make him forget about Jacob. Okay, so today we have seen so many people marrying for fancy, where people marry because they want gifts. People marry because they want good life. And then after marrying, you find yourself now in the stages, you find yourself in the power struggle stage. So in Esau's marriage, it was all about fancy and trophy. Okay, so after Esau, we have Solomon's model. Solomon's model is all about business and security. Business and security. Like today, so many people are marrying because of business, because they want to secure their lives. Solomon's model is all about when Solomon became the king of Israel, there was always fights. Yeah. And when Solomon became the king, he did not want those fights. And therefore, he married different wives from the enemy country, from the countries that used to fight Israel. Yeah. So he married the neighborhood countries and he married so many wives. And the Bible records that he had so many concubines. Why? Because Solomon was not marrying a trophy wife. He was not marrying for compatibility. He was not marrying for love. He was not marrying for companionship. He married for business. Okay. And today, so many people are marrying for business. Yeah. So many people are making that decision. You say, oh, I'm from a very poor background. I cannot grow up in a poor background and then come here and marry a poor guy. No, no, no. My friend, that marriage, that model is Solomon's model, which is all about business and security. Hello. It's all about business and security. So, for you to have a well structured way or roadmap to have that successful relationship and marriage, you must be able to know which is your model. And then from there, you'll be able to know this is how I am going to work my model, and this is how I am going to move out of the power struggle stage. Okay. Now, I know you have learned a lot about the models, and now what you need is to build that structure. And building a structure, it can take you years. It can take you days and months. But that is what I help you do. I help you build a structure that is well modeled for your own model. If you see that your relationship is about Jacob's model, or if you see your relationship is about Adam's model, then we work together and build that structure. So if you may want me to help you build that structure that will help you move out of the power struggle stage, then reach out to me. I am opening up my program, the Magnetize Your Love program, which is starting February. So if you wish to work with me and I help you in building that structure that will help you move out of the power struggle stage, you're much welcome. You can reach out to me. So God bless you as you continue working on your marriage and as you continue moving out of the power struggle stage until you have that blissful, you are in that